on, everybody? Welcome to episode 70 of our Watford career mode, and today we've got at least 1 or 2 games, possibly 3. We'll see. We're kind of playing things by ear at the moment. But to start, we're definitely going to play this UEFA Super Cup game against Barcelona after winning the Europa League. And they won the Champions League, and then we'll have Leicester in the Premier League. And at the moment, as we said, it's very tight. We don't know exactly how many games we're going to get through today because we are still trying to bring in a left winger. And we are still we have players out there on the block. We're getting big bids from plenty of different teams. So it's hit and miss depending on what comes in and what goes out. But we have a tough game here. A tough one, of course, Barcelona. We're going to start Grealish today, I think. Who else do we play here? Emre Can can come back into the side. This game's more of a glorified friendly, so I'm not too worried about rotating the team, though. As you can see, there are a lot of not so happy faces sitting around already, which is not what I want to see. We'll get Kent in to the team. And I think we'll roll with this. Actually, we'll get Moise Kean up there. Let's get him a start. He's too good to be sitting on the bench all the time. But let's jump into it, guys. Barcelona-Watford, a game we'd hope to see in the Champions League later on this year. But for now, Super Cup, let's go. Loses out. That's Thomas Delaney. This team is wildly different at the moment. Toliso's in it. Andy Robertson, Koulibaly, Thomas Delaney. There's Klosterman at right back. It's a very, very different team. Whether it's rotated or not, I'm not exactly sure. But there's a variety of different players here. And Moise Kean does well, and he slips it to the wrong guy, really. But he's onside. I thought he was offside, Kent. I didn't exactly play it any different. We were going to slide it across and go for goal, but thought he was offside, not so much. It's clipped into a good spot. Musa Marega up front. The Porto, I believe he's at Porto still, the Porto striker. And he goes for goal. Dembele, or that was Marega. I thought Dembele had the strike there. It was Marega with it. Coutinho back on the pitch too. This is a crazy, crazy side. We're on it now. Grealish. Here's Kent. Does well to cut back inside. Kent. Can we slip it forward? We can. And Keane does well to wrap around Koulibaly. And Moise Kean. Oh, he's dragged it. Lovely stuff, really. But a big old opportunity to grab the lead. Couldn't do it. Nice takeaway there in midfield. And can we slide this through to Moise Kean? That's a great pass from Grealish. And Grealish gives it to Kean. And Kean turns. Brilliant from him. The former Everton and Juventus man with a great goal. Very direct. But that's what happens when you leave those spaces. He gets onto it, cuts back, turns, and has a shot, and he just rolls it. May have scuffed it as he turned here to get the shot off quickly enough. Maybe, but it just rolls into the back of the net. Moise Kean with it. And we've started off very, very well here. 1-0 before the half-hour mark. It's Grealish. Turns, and it's Emre Can in space, and he goes for goal. Oh, what a strike. It's Emre Can. You can't forget about him. He's so good. And a new arrival doesn't mean he's going anywhere. Emre Can with the strike. What a goal. And we've taken a 2-0 lead here in the Super Cup. Brilliantly done. It's a great strike. It's a good ball here, and it's a good turn. Just too much space. And he has a smack. De Jong can't get there to block it. Just over. Oh, he didn't overrun it. I thought he overran it for a sec. Just didn't get there in time. What a hit into that left-hand side, just inside the post. 37 minutes gone. It's 2-0. Kent slides it across. Grealish leaves it on for Emre Can. Emre Can slips it into Moise Kean. Moise Kean, tight angle, forces a good save out of Ter Stegen. Header gets one, and it's eventually cleared. BARCA does get a foot onto it and releases a man here. And that's a good turn from Ryan Kent. And Kent is in on goal. And Kent gets it across goal. And that might be the Super Cup wrapped up. It's 3-0. Moise Kean with another. But that's all down to Kent. His pace. He just turns his man, runs into the space, gets away from the drag back from Koulibaly, slides it across, and it's a tap-in from Moise Kean. It's 3-0. And we are going to be lifting the Super Cup, which is pretty that's pretty cool, not gonna lie. I didn't think we'd be able to win that here. And we have. And especially over the Champions League champions, the Champions League winners, we're going to go ahead and grab this and take it back home to Vicarage Road. BARCA racing forward. And look at this lad go. Cuts back inside. And BARCA's just holding on to it. Slips it through to Keane. On a hat trick, the lad. Cuts back, leaves it to Kent. It's 4. And Barcelona are going home with a bit of a limp here. We have absolutely demolished them. And we were talking about the team earlier. I would be stunned if this was the team that went ahead and won the Champions League, because this team is not the greatest. And we have torn them apart today. Kent grabbing himself a goal, which he deserves. And this is going to end 4-0. Demolition job here. There's some good players on this team, but there are also some players you feel they could definitely upgrade with. But we have torn them apart nonetheless. 90 minutes gone. Oh no, I've skipped through the trophy celebration just pressing A. Oh no. Damn. I'm so sorry. I was just pressing A. I just skipped through. It's such a habit to just skip through, and I forgot it was kind of a trophy. It's more of a friendly, really. But either way, we've won the Super Cup. And we'll definitely take it and move forward with it. Now, we're back to the Premier League, though. We do have offers coming in, and that is probably what we're going to look at right here. A bit of money, which is good. An offer has come in from Paris for 34 million for Reguilon. I don't want to go ahead and redo that position. Unless something... Hold on, let me see. We had Grimaldo shortlisted just for the sake of it. Just in case something had happened here. But if Grimaldo is the same price pretty much. Yeah, 55 and 83, there's no way. We're just going to hold on to Reguilon. Reguilon's going to be our guy this year. So we can get that one out of there. I'm waiting for an offer for Kana, but the more I wait, the more I realize that that may not come. Because of him signing a contract toward the end of last season, because he was going to leave for free. So hopefully an offer still comes. That's a lot of money sitting around, and he's not really going to play too much, so we'll see. But we'll jump forward to this Leicester game and see if anything comes our way. And we do have an offer. It's an offer for Badiashile, who will not be going anywhere. Shame, shame, shame. 31 million pounds they wanted to give us, but no way. He's too good, and he is sticking around. But let's jump into it. We're going to have Leicester here. This is a tough one early on in the year. Do we have any changes to make? No, everyone looks fit. Let's jump into it. Watford, Leicester. Let's go. Nice takeaway by Sarr. Good reading. He cuts back inside. Can he slip it across to his man? He can. Jonathan David! Oh, he's hit the post. Can he get there? Not quite. Oh, it's a really good turn there. Couldn't quite find the back of the net. Very close. As he goes again, and he forces another good save from, I believe, that's Schmeichel in net. Very, very close here. That's a lovely clip ball out there. James Justin's on it. And he clips it back post. Can Rui get to it? He gets a touch. It's Mitrovic on it. He tries to turn in here. And we've given it right to him. Come on. You've got to hold off back there. We've got to be holding off that. Mitrovic with the goal. He just forces his way around. Gets to it first. That's dreadful. That's poor. Comes back here, and he just tried to lift it over. We hold on to him, and then we take that touch, and it just... He almost touches it right to him. And then he has a smack. We've got to be doing better in that position. And early on here, Leicester take the lead, 1-0. Reguilon on it. Can he slide it forward? He can. Jonathan David in space here, and he clips it in. It's Reguilon on it. And Reguilon! Oh, it's a good save. Hernandez was there, kind of in the way, but it's a really good save nonetheless. It gets clipped down. Can we recycle this? Jonathan David with a good turn. And Jonathan David, can he slide it across? It's a really, really good block. Oh, a really good block. Good tackle there. A big old tackle. Here's Barco. And he slide it forward, he can. Deulofeu in some space here. Deulofeu, it's a dreadful... Oh, you've got to score. Oh, you've got to score. Deulofeu, no. Oh, you've got to score. Fernandez. Slips it out wide to Grealish. And Grealish is pushing into space. Grealish doing well. Cuts back. Grealish just waiting for that run there, but they have 5 in midfield, and there's always someone at the top of the box, seemingly. Does well to turn. Gets to it. And Barco, he's finished. All right. Attaboy, Barco. It's 1-1. There's only a couple minutes left, but that's what we need. It's a good take, and then he's really finished that off rather well. It's a lovely little goal. Can we possibly find a miracle? We're going to need the ball back relatively quickly. I hate playing this team. I don't want to play them anymore. Leicester. And that's clipped forward. 2 minutes added on. We do win this here. We're going to have an opportunity, perhaps, as that gets played out wide. Ismaila Sarr. We play it forward. He can. One more. Barco. Can he slip that through? He can. He's caught with it. Hernandez. Still holding on to it. Grealish turns. You got to get to that. You've got to go to the ball. Oh, man. It finishes 1-1. I hate this team. I hate this team. I'm sick and tired of this team. They had 1 shot on target all bloody game, and it was that one we gave them. Unbelievable. Oh, that's so annoying. Unbelievable. Let's see if we can go forward now. We're only a couple of teams on 6 points. Actually, well, a couple of teams I haven't played yet. Who's on 6? City are on 4, which is good. We're in 8th to start, which is good. 4 teams on 6. Chelsea, West Ham, Tottenham, and United. Chelsea, Tottenham, and United are obviously the teams that are going to cause us problems going forward. I don't think we're going to get any offers for Kana, which is a problem. As another offer comes in for Badiashile. How much... I was looking at... I really wanted to get Vinicius, but at the moment, we do not have the money for that, I don't think. Someone mentioned his release clause, but I don't know if he has one at the moment. We'll check. Oh, his release clause is only 54 million. Whoa. No one came and did that? I'm just going to pay that. Okay. Alright, so thank you for the guy who said that, because otherwise I wouldn't have even gone in here and attempted to do it. I just would have been waiting for more bids. Thank you, person who said that. Well, we can bring in another player here. Vinicius Jr., 54 million. And he only wants, well, it doesn't matter what he wants, because he can have it. He can have it. And there is our left wing. Okay, that's what we were looking for. So now the issue is going to be a little bit different, isn't it? First we're going to stop, and then what we are going to do, go in here and move Deulofeu out for just a moment. Bring Vinicius in. Who do we bring forward here? Alright, Deulofeu has to find a spot on the bench. And it's probably going to be in front of Kent. And then do we move Deulofeu here and take Jonathan David out of this spot? And if we do, we're going to need to bring Kent back onto the bench. Who do we move back? Off to the bench. Badiashile? I mean, we've never really had that injury crisis happen. Even if we did, we could probably move Decore back just for the day. So this is probably what it's going to be. Deulofeu behind Hernandez, Sarr, and then Vinicius Jr. And then Decore, Fabian, and then Reguilon, Gomez, Militao, and Hakimi in front of Rui. I guess that is going to be it. And we have found our winger, and 100% thanks to that person who told me to go there. I didn't think that would still be active this late into the thing. I thought it would change after so many years, but it hasn't. And we have found ourselves another winger. So next episode, we're back on it. We're back on it. And unless something weird happens, I think we're done with transfers. We have 22 million still, but unless something weird happens, that's probably going to do it. And we are going to go ahead and jump back into our normal thing, guys. So, yeah. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Next episode, we're back to it. We're probably going to roll through these 2 games, and then we'll be back to our normal 3 after that. I think we're just going to get through the window and see what happens, and then we'll be back on our normal 3. But for now, guys, that's going to be it. Hope you've enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. And peace.